wait a few, just make sure everybody gets onto it. But I'm gonna fling it over to me. That's Nick. This is me.
Nick Bell here from Nick and Bryce TV, co-hosting the show. How's it going, guys?
There's you. And one sec here. Sorry about the bringing back and forth here, but yeah. And now I'm Bryce. Like I said, we'll give it one more minute. We'll give it one more minute. Is that okay with you, Nick?
Sounds good to me.
All right. All right. Sit it on your beautiful face for a second. All right. Well, I don't know. We'll give it 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, then we'll start.
How's the weather up there, Bryce? Pretty good?
It's not too bad. Right now it's sunny. I mean it's you can see it's starting to sunset, so it's all right. How's it over there?
I was hoping we'd get a little bit of rain, but mostly sunny today. And the wind was up, so no bugs. I'm all right with that on June in Minnesota, you know.
All right. Well, excellent. You just want to start this thing? All right, we got everybody in here, I think. If you guys,
let's make this happen.
all right. If you come in late, that's fine. Whatever. We're gonna start it right now. Welcome to Nick and Bryce TV. I'm Bryce, obviously, and I'm gonna explain over to Nick. This is Nick Bell. There you go, bud.
Hi, guys.
All right. I'm just gonna keep it on the camera on you right now, but basically, tell me something about yourself, and then we'll go back to me and we'll talk about myself. But go right ahead, Nick.
Sounds good. We all had to start somewhere in life with this sales program or kind of a sales job, and what we decided to do was to take what we had learned in our outside world when we worked our 9-to-5s, when we worked at weekends. Didn't matter where we worked, but we started to get a feel of how it was going, and I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I know Bryce feels the same way, that every once in a while, you didn't have that extra funding to go and do something and make something meaningful for somebody else, And we decided to take what we have learned and roll that into helping other people achieve their goals by not working every day in an office setting, by sitting at home and simply putting in the effort and seeing what you can get out of it. Bryce, what do you think?
No, you're exactly right. I guess the reason I got into this is, and I got back into it a couple of years ago, was just because I thought that there was a better way. There's a better way to do things, and you and I have both worked all kinds of jobs. We've telemarketed, we've done hard labor, we've done everything, and I guess we're both very business minded, and we see that way. And I guess the one thing I want to do is I knew there was a way to do everything like that and be able to do it from home. I mean, to do it from home and be able to actually live a life from home. And you see the big businessmen doing it, but you never really, I guess, understood how it worked. And I mean, the worst thing I got, and I guess the one thing we can talk about tonight, Nick, is the whole work at home kind of realm, and I guess how we both kind of got into it. I think a lot of the time people sit there and they kind of falsify it. They'll say like it's 100% automated and stuff like that, and that gets a lot of people into this business that I don't think really, I don't know, wanted to get in this business, or they had different kind of dreams on it. But I think there's a lot of falsification. I think that's the one thing we want to do tonight, is maybe just kind of clear the fog on what really working at home and what an internet business is. I mean, because a lot of people sit there. Sorry about that. A lot of people sit there and they don't really know, even when they're in it. So I mean, I guess what is your take on this, Nick?
Well, and that's just it. Being in online marketing and being an entrepreneur and taking that next step. And where it was is, back when we started this, Bryce, there wasn't, like we had talked in the past, there wasn't anybody to kind of guide us through that and kind of walk us through step by step. Being so new to the industry, throwing money at campaigns that we really didn't know how to kickstart it. And what we've done is found a few things that have helped us along the way and kind of show us how to teach you guys this the same way. And by doing so, that you can build your confidence levels, that you can see your goals, and not only that, exceed them and then shatter them. And that's really what we're all about, is making sure that you guys come in, set a goal, and then shatter it, and then move on to the next one. And we can show you how to do that in a more comfortable environment. And like we've always said, it's not going to be easy. But we're here to show you the tools, the techniques, go that extra mile, and give you some face-to-face interaction, some good quality customer service. And unfortunately, that's a thing that's just lacking in this society nowadays. What happens when something breaks down on you? You got to call a phone number, and then you go, "Hi, this is an automated system that press 1 for help now." And then it always seems like it takes a lot longer to get to that end point. And what Bryce and I have always discussed is that contact us, let us know. I mean, we're always here for you, and that's really what Nick and Bryce TV is all about, is making sure that we're here for you guys. We're here for our consumers. We're here for our employees, if you will. And what we want to do is just take that to the next step. Bryce?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. As you can actually put it and labeled it here now. No, here Aaron, Nick, and Bryce TV. That's the one thing he exactly said. We're here to take care of you, and a lot of places like we said in the prior one was that we never Nick and I had a place to actually be able to like a platform to help us. You know, some place that would actually teach us, take care of us, let us know it's okay. Because the worst thing in this business that I notice is that, I mean, there's no exact blueprint. People sell blueprints, and people say there's a blueprint to it, but there's really not. It's business. And at the end of the day, like I was telling Nick earlier, I mean, if you don't see this as you incorporated, if it's not you Inc., I'm not saying you're going to fail, but you're going to struggle. I mean, if you don't see it as what do I offer to some marketplace, whatever it is. I mean, do you offer guitars to a guitar marketplace? Do you offer knowledge to an info base? Whatever it is, you need to offer something. And a lot of people at first, I mean, don't get that. They think the money just kind of flies out of the computer. I mean, they just print it out. I mean, that's what you do. And I guess that's the one thing we wanted to actually expose here was that it's a little different than that. I mean, but it's not hard. I won't say it's easy. It's one of those things where it's like when you start doing it, it becomes second nature. But society doesn't teach us that way. School doesn't teach us that way. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Is kind of Nick and Bryce TV is going to be one of those schools, kind of for to learn online. But I mean, I guess how do you feel about that, Nick? Is that something that we're doing here? Is that what you want us to do? Is that kind of the vision you see?
Well, we want to put a new spin on it. We don't want to be that old, boring kind of classroom that you want to fall asleep in, because nobody wants to put yourself in that kind of a situation. But what we want to do is like Bryce said, we want to be able to teach you the ways of how we do things. And I'm not saying that we're always going to be right, but we're going to have a better understanding of it that we can pass on to you and then pass on to your consumers. And nobody's, like you said, nobody's really teaching that or showing you or giving you a guide or a step-by-step platform that's really going to break it down and simplify it for you. That's more or less what we're about. It is taking that extra step, taking that extra time, and caring about our consumers. Because big corporations, once they get somebody's foot in the door, do they really track them or take care of them? And that's really kind of what we were kind of getting at on that end.
No, you're exactly right. I guess, I mean, when I started in the business, like I guess I didn't see it the same way, and I guess that's one thing we never talked about is, I mean, how did you see it? I mean, like when I started in this, I mean, we were both businessmen, we've both been telemarketers, we've been all sorts of things, but I guess when I got into this, everybody kind of lied. Were you lied to? I mean, like I thought of this as a different business. I thought making money online was not what it is. And I really think that a lot of people are kind of the same way. They just don't get in. They call it a scam, or they call it. I mean, what is your take on that? Do you feel like you were misled to get into this?
No, but the biggest part of it was the fear, overcoming that fear of, I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable with this. I don't know if this is something that I can do. And all it takes is somebody there to help you out and say, you know what, let's do this. And that's exactly how Bryce and I got into this. It was like, let's just do it. You know what? We've talked about it. We've had this awesome plan in place. Let's just do it. And that's really what we're about, is taking your confidence levels above your fears. And anybody that's been in sales, I've been in retail sales, I've been in phone sales, I've been on online sales. Bryce has done door-to-door magazine sales before. It's all the same kind of sales. And raising your confidence level above your fear is going to give people the advantage. And that's how you're going to gain and build trust in the online marketing system. Wouldn't you say so, Bryce?
No, I would agree completely. No, that's great. I like the way you spin that. I mean, but that's exactly right. I mean, I guess the one thing that no one ever told me is you need to have some sort of an offer. I guess when I got into it, I didn't know what I thought. I didn't know if I felt like it was money, like I said, was printed out or what it was. But I didn't realize, and I guess no one, it's kind of muddy. No one really wants to tell you that you have to offer something. And whatever it is, I mean, do you offer a service or do you offer, I mean, or do you offer information, you know, but you need an offer. And that's the one thing. And the other thing that you need is you also need a way to be able to get people to your offer. And which we call leads, obviously, and a lot of people don't want to break it down like that. They want to fluff the business and make it seem like it's automated. Where all it really is here's your landing page, your web page, whatever page it is. You bring people to that page. You have a way to track them into it, which a lot of people don't even know the autoresponders, and then you slowly go back to and market to them. That's kind of what this business is about, but no one really wants to tell you that's what the business is about. They want to fluff it, say it's 100% automated, systems, easy, and how are you supposed to know? I mean, if you don't know how to do the system, how are you supposed to know how to automate the systems? And a lot of people sell it on that point where no, you basically, long story short, you need an offer, you need a capture page, you need a way to be able to nurture that lead. And that's it in any business. I mean, if it's in working at a Buffalo Wild Wings, or if it's in working at a Best Buy, or if it's working at, you know, at an Apple, wherever it's at, I mean, there's a way that they're making money, and that's through leads and generating and having an offer. And that's your decision. I mean, what's the offer? Is it a business offer? Are you offering consulting to people? I've seen people offer FaceTime for 60 minutes for $50. I mean, what are you offering? I mean, I guarantee that every one of you out there, especially the ones on here, know something crazily well that you know all the crazy things about, and you could teach it to somebody. And that's a big part of it. Is a lot of people don't think that they have an actual reason to do this. What do I have to give to this marketplace? When the truth is we all do. And it's when we find out, it's usually when we find out what our pain is and how we can cure our pain, how can we cure everybody else's pain, and that's kind of where you find where your offer is. So, I mean, I was never told that. I mean, I don't know if, Nick, you were told that. I mean, what's your kind of take on that?
No, same thing, and that's just it. It's always providing a service, like you said, making that offer, and not only that, making it count. And you can select different kinds of offers that'll help generate more leads and more business, and not only that, keep those leads contained so you can roll into them and build them and grow them, and then you scale it on up from there. And our first offer, which we'll get to here in a little bit, I've got a little bit of a video that I'm going to launch here in a few minutes that'll kind of start the process of how you can use an offer to build another offer, to extrapolate that, and so forth, and to make it profitable. And not only that, make it make sense to your consumers. Because as we all know, you know, time is money. Time is valuable. I mean, I appreciate everybody today that took time out of their busy schedule to see and watch us, because we all know that's a very valuable thing. And time is money. And using that time correctly will profit through this business. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up our sneak peek video of the offer that we're going to be promoting, and I'll get that going. Over to you, Bryce.
All right, give me a sec here. Yeah, like you said, I mean, what we've been getting what we've actually got a hold of here that we've been utilizing in our business is a game changer, and I think he'll be the first one to say it too. Nick will. I mean, game changer. It's what big businesses do, but they don't want to let you know about. I mean, it's the things that they do to always succeed, and that the little ones, the small businesses, the ones that are trying to grow and actually be big, they don't get this information. And I mean, that's, like I said, that's what we do at Nick and Bryce TV. Nick and Bryce TV, we're here to unveil those. And like I said, as I told everybody in Facebook and Twitter and everything, we are going to unveil the product tonight, the actual software that we use to be able to bring in leads and be able to close sales. And I mean, when we show you this, it's going to blow your mind. And I think Nick would see it the same way. And I'm going to turn it over to him. He's going to handle Facebook. He's going to handle everything here. Here we go, Nick.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'm going to run this short video. I am going to put myself on mute so I'm not interrupting this video. And go ahead and take a check. Check this out.
Well, you've been retargeted. So now back to finishing step 3. I'm actually going to paste that URL right in there. I'm going to click Generate URL, and boom, you just generated a URL in a split second, and you would use this when creating your ads. No need to download or install any plugins or do anything technical whatsoever, folks. I don't know about you, but I like my marketing and any tool I decide to buy to be kept as simple as possible. Literally anything you want to promote, you can now retarget every single person that has visited your website at least once, over and over again. And the best part is, they will all automatically be placed on a list for you so that you can retarget. And by the way, you can advertise any offer you'd like to them. So for example, you have that.
All right, so just to kind of get you guys a taste of what was really going on there, you know, that's taking software and relaunching it. And
hey, Nick, make sure take your the screen share off there so we can go back to you. I don't see you right now.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. But and it kind of gets you to wonder, like, how they're really doing it. And all the big companies, they're using retargeters. And we have shown that the more things that you put in front of people, the more opportunities and the more times that they had to click on it, that promotes your business inside and out. And the more clicks, as we know, generates more traffic, generates more money, and potential sales for you guys. And that's really how we wanted to spin it. So we will go ahead and give you a sneak preview of this offer. We'll throw it up here for 90 seconds to see. Oh, you already did launch it, didn't you, Bryce? Okay.
Yeah, and one of the things, like, when we saw that video, I think by now people are actually getting why big businesses make the money they do, and it's simply just retargeting. I mean, retargeting is one hell of a skill. I mean, think about it, putting a cookie in everybody's back so that when they and let's get this down, 95% of people don't delete their cookies anymore. So instantly now you're the ad every single time. So when you go on a different site or a different page and you see that little ad space and creepily that what you clicked on earlier is now here, that's retargeting. And I hope you guys see the power of that. And I mean doesn't that blow your mind, Nick?
Absolutely. And people don't realize, like, over and over repetitiveness, and that's just it. If I see something enough times, I'm going to be like, how did that get there? I really need to click on this and see what's really going on. And if you can draw somebody's attention by getting their curiosity, you're going to simply increase your conversion rate on your sales. And that's as simply as I can put that. Wouldn't you say, Bryce?
No, you're exactly right. I completely. I mean, when we saw this software, and when Robert, the one that actually showed us the software, it blew our minds. I mean, it all of a sudden was very, very clear how our business is going to blow up, and how every business should blow up. And I guess, I mean, I remember the day that we actually found this piece of software and we started utilizing it. I mean, we were basically drooling. I mean, we could finally see the light of why people are making fantastic money online. They're being their own business and they're doing a professional retargeting campaign. I mean, just think of the possibilities. I mean, if your mind's like it should be with business and entrepreneurship, I mean, your mind will just boom. I don't know. I mean, I have nothing else to say. I mean, by far, most fantastic thing we ever used. Would you agree, Nick?
Absolutely. This would have to be our top #1 product that we offer at the moment. There will be more to come, and we will show you a sneak peek next week. We will be having these webinars every week, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time. Always show up and be there. And if you guys ever need to get a hold of us, send us an email at nickandbrycetv@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at nickandbrycetv, or also on our Facebook page at Nick and Bryce TV. So we're going to leave you with that sneak peek video of Facebook retargeting. And if you have any questions, let us know. And we'll see you on the other side, guys.